Hi, and welcome to this brief introduction about the Masters in Transport and Logistics of the Technical University of Denmark. My name is Carlos Lima Azevedo, and I'm the head of studies for this program. You may find my email on the screen, and you, of course, are more than welcome to send me an email with any questions that you'll have after this presentation. So for you to hopefully have a better understanding about what this program is all about, we're going to go through together 3 points. The first is why this master program may be relevant for you. The second is about the content of the study program. So we're going to go through the courses and the general structure of the program. And finally, what happens after the study. So what are the possible career paths that you may be able to choose from. So the first is, why is this master program highly relevant for you? So there are 3 main reasons why this can be. The first one is that transport and logistics are a key factor in our society, in our families, and also to the individuals. So on average, for example, each European worker spends around 50 minutes commuting every day. And an average family in Denmark spends 14% of their income on transport. So this is a very important time and monetary costs that the society has to pay. And any reduction in any of these 2 dimensions can mean a lot. The second is that transport and logistics are also a very important factor in industry. The transport sector, for example, makes up approximately 7% of the Danish GDP. And in other countries, such as the US, where transportation is even more relevant because of the economy and the size of the countries, here it can make up to 10% of the GDP. So there is a high gain when we can make also transportation and logistics more efficient and more beneficial for the private sector. And finally, this is more an individual factor. Transport and logistics will give you many personal advantages. First, it can give you a unique fundamental knowledge about the driver of society. And second, a versatile professional profile and attractive career in different sectors, given that you will learn methods and tools that are actually quite relevant in different other sectors of society. So what is our master program about? So we actually focus on 3 domains of knowledge, and that's the teachings that we try to give in this program centered on. One is on applied mathematics and optimization to solve real-world problems. The second is on applying computer science to create innovative solutions. The third on planning and assessment to create sustainable change. And we organize the forms and the contents of the program to direct both towards the private and the public sector. So either if you would like to pursue a career in companies, consultancy companies, mobility or logistics operators, or also on the public sector, such as the authorities, the municipalities, or the government that has to do policy and decision making in transport and logistics. It also gives you tools and skills useful in many other sectors besides transport and logistics. So a lot of our graduates, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, actually end up not working in just focusing on transport and logistics when they leave DTU. So basically it allows you to become both a generalist, given the core knowledge and methods that you learn through the duration of the program, but also a specialist, since a lot of the applications that we use these methodologies and theories on are focused on transport and logistics. We follow the same master program structure as any master program at DTU. We have this flag model where we have our 120 credits, usually 2 years, distributed according to general competencies, technological specializations, elective courses, and the thesis. So each one of these 4 core components usually accounts for a minimum of 30 credits. So the general competencies of our program focus on 5 levels of competencies. The first is the transport-related competencies, and these are provided by 2 mandatory courses that are called Transportation Systems Analysis, one in Demand and Planning, and the second in Performance and Operations. The second dimension is the Logistics one, and here you have to, the requirement is 5 credits, and you can choose from either Sustainable Operations and Supply Chain Management or Supply Chain Analytics. The third dimensions of the general competencies are probabilistic modeling and data analysis, and the requirements are 10 credits, and you can choose from one of these 4 courses: Applied Statistics and Statistical Software, Data Science for Mobility, Simulations Operations Management, and Stochastic Simulation. The fourth is a common, actually, general competence that is required for all masters at DTU, and that's related to technologies and entrepreneurship. So here you can pick between 3 different courses: the X-Tech, Entrepreneurship, Technology and Innovation Management, or Knowledge-Based Entrepreneurship. And the final one, it's Innovation, and here you have to either choose from Innovation in Engineering or Facilitating Innovation in Multidisciplinary Teams. So here in the screen you can see the codes that we use for all courses actually at DTU, and you can go to the DTU course catalog and find out a little bit more details about this course. The second group of courses is the technological specialization. And here we have selected a large menu of courses from all courses that DTU offers, with theory and methods applied to the fields of interest to transport and logistics. And here we can find courses that range from optimization applied mathematics to the environment and climate change, modeling of behavior, machine learning and data science, supply chain and business analytics, decision making and planning, and many others. So here actually it's only a snapshot of the courses that fulfill the requirements of technological specialization, and you can find the full list of courses in the program's webpage, which I actually present at the end of this presentation. Now, on the technological specialization, our program also offers 4 optional study lines. These are not mandatory, you don't have to take one, but basically we've generated a set of technological specialization courses that will fulfill the requirements and also gives you a certain profile that usually has high demand in the job market. And these are the first one on logistics and transport optimization, the second study line on transport planning and sustainability, the third one on smart mobility and data science, and the fourth one on sustainable supply chains. You are welcome to follow one of these study lines or just select your own courses to fulfill the technological specialization. It's up to you. The third and fourth group of credits are the elective courses and the project thesis. So the elective courses is actually any course that DTU offers. And this is great because you can actually select a minimum of 30 credits which are elective courses from all courses that DTU offers, and it's up to you and will not affect any other requirements of the program. The second is the thesis, and in the thesis you will extend your knowledge by applying scientific theories and methodologies to a well-defined topic of your choice. So here you come up with an idea of a project and learning objectives that you would like to acquire during the project thesis. It will also count for a minimum of 30 credits and usually lasts a semester. And you can do it with or without the company. Some of the students arrange a thesis with a company, some others are able to get the company to be involved when discussing the ideas with their own supervisors. So here is a list of very recent topics of applications of the domain of the different theses, either automated vehicles, real-time optimization of vehicle fleets, urban planning and transportation planning of large infrastructure projects, optimization of supply chains, road safety, public transportation and cycling, behavioral modeling. So these are very large topics. We actually have a catalog of ideas of topics that the faculty here at DTU proposes. Of course, you are welcome to select one of these or come up with a topic of your own. and you find a supervisor to work with you during the whole semester. So what are the admission requirements for the Masters in Transport and Logistics? So we have two ways of admitting our students. The first is if you come from one of the 6 Bachelor of Science educations at DTU. So if you come in one of these 6 courses, which is SAS, Mathematics and Technology, Buildings Technology, Production and Construction, Software Technology, and General Engineering. And if you come from one of these 6, it means that you have a direct admission. The second way of being admitted is through the General DTU application, which means that when you have a Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Engineering, or a graduate program, which is not one of the 6 education programs, then you basically have to meet our requirements in terms of mathematics. And these are kind of not too complex. You need to have 15 credits in mathematics, of which 10 should be in calculus, analysis, and algebra. And you should have 10 other credits in applied mathematics. And these are in statistics and probabilities, operation research, algorithms, and data science. So what happens next after you graduate? So we are actually very happy with our program and our students. In the past few years, we have had 100% of employment for our students after they graduate. We actually do have 3 different types of employers that come and recruit our students. We have public authorities, we have consultancies, and we have the industry. So examples of the industry are Moller Maersk, Novo Nordisk, Falck, Logis, Rapidis, Daimler Logistics, and even L'Oréal Cosmetics. And these are students that usually go for the operational and the operations, for software development, for model development, for modeling, and also sometimes for the planning groups that these industries do have. The second core of employers are the consultancies, and these are general purpose consultancies such as Deloitte, McKinsey, and Ernst & Young, or transport and logistics related consultancies such as Atkins, Humble, Mo, AECOM, Neras, Covey, or Sweco. Finally, we have some of our students that end up in public authorities and public agencies, and across the different levels that act on transport and logistics, from railways, roads, local authorities, regional and national authorities, and operators. In addition, we do have some students that continue as PhD students and stay and do research with us or elsewhere later on. In our last survey, actually, we did 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, we asked all our graduates from the past few years, and it was about 232, where they worked after they graduate. And these numbers in parentheses were actually where they were. And in all the logos that you see in the bottom is where at least one of the respondents was working after they graduate. So we got answers from 60 of our graduates, of our alumni, from out of the 232. So you can see a wide range of big and important employers and companies and authorities in the job market. I also actually invite you to check out what our former students have to say. We actually have a set of 4 videos of our graduates that graduated in the past 3 years, and we asked about how the program helped them in their initial early careers. So here there's Megan and Jonas that you can actually go to these links in YouTube or in our program's webpage. We also have a link to these, and you can hear about their own experience. And it's very satisfying to hear what they have to say. What else can I say about the program? A few more things. It's actually a relatively small study program compared to many others at DTU. So usually we have an intake of around 40 students, and this is great for several reasons. First, you actually get to know your fellow students. So you actually make a very consistent and close group of students that share their experience, and this is great for building networks afterwards, after you graduate. They have actually recently created a student club where they do a lot of social and professional activities and initiatives throughout the year. Many courses are relatively small, allowing for active participation. It's usually easier than some of the other programs at DTU to find a thesis supervisor. And then you, of course, have a large industry as well as public agencies and consultancies waiting with a job on the other side. So I would like to invite you to come and check our webpage in the main DTU website. And of course, I'll invite you to join us and be part of this exciting program. If you have any question, just feel free to reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to clarify all of them.